of the champ, and of course you know a lot about it, so take it away.
Yeah, you know, Umar came to the gym.
Umar Nurmagomedov!
All right, gentlemen, protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're gonna have a clean fight. Touch the gloves, let's do this.
Merab Dvalishvili recently destroyed Petr Yan's #1 in the ranking in a dominant manner, thereby becoming the first in the bantamweight division. But it's not the task that Merab's close friend Aljo is sitting on the throne, and he is not going to fight him, and this is not a problem, since Umar recently wrote a post on his Twitter that White Daddy against Black would look just perfect on the signs. Hello fighters, with you MMA Predictions channel. In this video I will give a prediction for an intriguing fight between Merab Dvalishvili and Umar Nurmagomedov. But before starting this video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like it so that as many fans as possible can see this video. Now Umar is in the main promotion of the world perfectly, 4 fights and all confident victories, and 3 of them were obtained ahead of schedule. As you all know, Umar's surname Nurmagomedov is not just like that, but he is Khabib's cousin, and when Umar is in Dagestan extremely follows his training, nutrition in general, and discipline. With such control and full dedication, naturally Nurmagomedov will progress for the better. Now he is only 27 years old, and he is already approaching the top of this weight class, and the fight against Merab Dvalishvili is ideal for him. Well, first of all, Merab is on the first line, and the victory over him automatically makes Nurmagomedov the main contender for the fight. Secondly, as Dvalishvili said, he will not fight with the current champion of this weight, Sterling, and Aljo will have a fight with Cejudo for a minute, and then comes the next contender, Sean O'Malley. Merab should wait at least a year, or there is another option: knock out a loud fight against Khabib's brother Umar Nurmagomedov. I think each of the fans will like it, and Merab will not stand idle. Well, thirdly, Umar has already proved to the main promotion of the world that he came here with serious intentions. For example, according to Dana, he is disappointed that Merab gives out such tricks that they say I will not fight with the champion. White never liked this, and here there is a fighter with similar skills at hand. Only he is ready to fight with anyone and anytime. Dana loves and encourages such fighters much more often than others like Dvalishvili. I think you roughly understand that theoretically such a fight could take place, so let's not delay and quickly begin to analyze the skills of athletes. Even I myself am interested in who can really come out of the octagon as a contender for a title fight. Percussive style. Let's start the analysis with Merab Dvalishvili, who recently made noise. As we remember, in the last fight, he outright interrupted Jan in his arms, leaving him no chance to win. That is, the base wrestler has turned into a top drummer. Not exactly. I think that Jan in that fight was so focused on translations that he completely forgot that these are mixed martial arts, where he can also fly into his head, and Merab took advantage of this. I do not argue lately Dvalishvili shows great progress in striking technique. He was able to cause difficulties past Peter Jose Aldo when he also haunted him, then translation, then boxing combinations. Due to such tricks, Merab really reached a new level, but do not forget the fact that he is primarily a wrestler, and if he gets carried away with a top drummer in his hands, everything can end sadly. Now let's move on to Umar, who, as I think, surpasses Dvalishvili in this indicator, smashing kicks on the floors, changing angles, knocking out blow. Yes, it's strange to hear this about a man named Nurmagomedov, but yes, Umar preferred to box, and as we can see, he copes with it perfectly because of his counter blows. His opponents cannot really approach him normally, due to which Nurmagomedov shoots them with his feet. Will he be able to interrupt Dvalishvili? Yes, in general, easily. As I said, Merab is a wrestler, and he does not fully know all the taunts and striking technique, and Umar has long and clearly known more than a Georgian in this matter. Also, in addition to kicks, Nurmagomedov can also box. His boxing under the wing of Javier Mendez is constantly growing. and this can be seen from his performance. That knockout in a duel against Rayani Barcelos will definitely not be forgotten soon. I will choose Umar Nurmagomedov as the favorite, and I think you know why. Umar has a much greater variety of punches than Dvalishvili, who simply scares with his translations. Playing from below. Now let's move on to wrestling skills, where Umar is also very good. Let me remind you that his team consists of top wrestlers around the world: Cain Velasquez, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Daniel Cormier, and many other athletes help Umar progress in this direction. And by the way, Nurmagomedov is not far behind this aspect. He himself can transfer you and calmly control the round. This has already happened in his fights, and more than once. In addition to control, Umar has BJJ skills. Sergey Morozov can confirm this for sure. I have not seen such a tough strangulation for a long time. And Brian Kelleher also fell for a choke from Nurmagomedov, from which he also could not defend himself. Yes, I can say with full confidence that Umar can safely work on his hands and have a good command of wrestling. Let's move on to the fight Merab Dvalishvili. Here the Georgian can feel at home. During his professional career, he translated many athletes and easily controlled them. But as soon as he got into the main promotion of the world and began to go out with more top fighters, he began to have problems. This was noticeable in the fight against Jose Aldo, when the Brazilian defended himself against all Dvalishvili's transfers. He had no choice but to control in the clinch, and thus he took the fight by decision. Also, in the battle against Peter, his translations did not look formidable from most of the attempts to transfer the duel to the lower floor. Peter defended himself. Only in some episodes Merab was able to lower Peter down, and then he quickly rose to his feet. And what can I say in the end? I think for a long time I will still give this aspect to Merab, since he has already reached the top level where he tries to apply his struggle, unlike Umar, who did not fight with real contenders. Cardio spirit. What can be said about Merab's stamina? In the last fight, he showed us everything perfectly. 5 rounds are not a problem for him, as many say he would have passed 10. For some reason, I doubt this, but not the point. What he showed in the fight against Yan is worthy of respect. At such a high pace to go through all 25 minutes, Dvalishvili is really a beast. Now let's move on to Umar's gas tank. In his entire career, he has passed only 15 minutes, at a maximum of 15 minutes, and what he will be like at a distance of 5 rounds, we just have to find out. In a 3-round fight, he looks great, but in the end, I choose Merab for the favorites, and I think you understand why. In terms of spirit, I will put equality, since both fighters are young, charged to victories. Forecast. As a winner, I will still choose Umar. In the rack, he is head and shoulders above Merab. He can easily poke him with his kicks. In the fight, they are approximately similar, and Dvalishvili will not be able to fight Umar like the rest. The future of fighters. Umar breaks into the first line of the rating out of nowhere. Most likely he will be asked to have another fight, and after it he will receive a title fight. As for Merab, he will get another chance to fight for the belt, since he is a really elite fighter.